Alright, that music was way too spoopy, so thank God the game started. Guys, we are finally back. A nice long break to drum up some excitement here for this third game. That's the reason why we had that long break. No other reason whatsoever. We got game 3 between OpTic and compLexity here for the MDL NA region qualifiers. Winner of this is going to get a really nice seat in the playoffs, where they are just going to be chilling at the 10
seconds remaining.
Third match. I don't know. It's hard to describe, but they're just playing for seeding right now. So losing this, not the end of the world, but you definitely want to win the game of Dota. I'm Mikelorus, the caster, for this third and final game of the night. Looks like we actually have a result from the other end of the bracket as well. Sure you guys are keeping your eye on that. You could look it up. I'm not going to spoil it here, but let's just say it's not really what you would expect. But we'll see. I don't really know what to expect from these two teams. That was definitely a different OpTic than what we saw in game 1, where compLexity just went off. This time it was kind of just OpTic who just dominated every single lane, and they just crushed compLexity. The game, maybe could have been ended a little bit earlier, but OpTic, took the safe path.
10 seconds.
Definitely didn't want to do anything too stupid. But now we have, Chen. Oh, we have a Chen for OpTic. Okay, this match has got a lot more interesting. ETAA Puck, all heroes that been doing a pretty decent job so far, banned out. But of course, this lets these absolute monsters get in to this first pick phase. Dark Willow picked up by compLexity. I'm pretty sure OpTic would have been more than happy to grab that Dark Willow themselves, but now they have the Chen, as well as that Sand King, who I gotta assume is going to be the hero that 33 is going to be playing one more time. But Chen he warps the game. Like, he definitely makes you play a different style of Dota, because I think the easiest and simplest way to put it is that he lets you push off of nothing. Like, usually with certain heroes, you need like a cooldown, or you need a pick off, or some big like BKB timing or something like that in order to push effectively. Chen, you just go. If you get any pickoff, you're like almost guaranteed a tower. Even if you don't get the pickoff, get 3 creeps, you can just go anyway, and you could play just so aggressively. And usually you're just unpunished. Now compLexity, they've let this through and decided to pick up the Dark Willow. Pick up the Beastmaster alongside her. Not like there's any huge combos between these two, but Beastmaster, as far as his ability, his need to fight early on, definitely is something that the hero can handle. And I would assume that OpTic are going to be bringing the fight to him. Having those axes to pull off the creep wave at bare minimum, going to give them quite a bit of power off of this off-lane selection. Is pretty clearly going to be the off-lane, though. Moo has, I think he played Beastmaster once today, if I recall correctly. And they did win that game. So, they do have that. Moo is, of course, a very decent Beastmaster player. But, the concern is not really, like, in how he's going to play this hero. It's like, is this hero going to have any sort of space to, have an early game? With a Chen, that's usually not guaranteed. Although, you do usually have Chens doing some silly creep shenanigans the early phase in the off lane mostly. So Beastmaster isn't going to have to interact with them all that much. But rest assured, it is going to be an aggressive style coming out from OpTic. This Sand King has been absolutely killer, man. He's been all over the place. And keep in mind that as Chen, you could also grab the Beastmaster's creeps. I'm not really sure how often that actually comes up. But, yeah, Beastmaster summons creeps, Chen, you can just grab them. Pretty sure they'll still time out, but, yeah, you get free creeps out of nowhere, deny them from compLexity. It's not all that bad either. The bans in the second phase looking pretty similar to what we saw in the previous matches. Terrorblade once again going to get the boot out. Got Coddle and Io actually going to be kicked out of this second ban phase. The Io is something that compLexity did run earlier. Z-Freak definitely a quality Io player. They did run it with Moo also in that offlane. It was a dual lane, Io and Beastmaster, but going to take that one out. Understandably, the Coddle is going to be taken out as far as the counter push is concerned. If compLexity really do want to get some serious counter push going, Coddle is the pick because he can just do it so early on, and even if he gets killed off a couple times, he can still do it. There's really no risk there. Still heroes like Tinker available if compLexity really want to go down that route, but already since OpTic have that Sand King, not sure if it's looking like the safest thing to do right now. should probably just be looking for their secondary support hero. Or primary support hero? Their second support hero. Support number 2 to be picked up. This is pretty standard stuff from these picks that we've seen. Just got to get those supports lined up. They usually show off the least. Taking their sweet time in doing so, though. It's going to be the Earth Spirit pickup for the OpTic side. So just staying on this really, really aggressive path. With the Chen, you usually expect a lot of rotations, or at least a lot of kind of pressure being applied everywhere. Do a creep here, creep there, and maybe you get those kills. And with an Earth Spirit on top of that, you can really do a lot with the skeleton crew from the OpTic side. Like, throw a creep in with the Earth Spirit, you can jump in on the vast majority of heroes, and you might not kill heroes like Beastmaster, but you can definitely do a lot of damage. Heroes like Dark Willow, they'll absolutely fold to an Earth Spirit. Earth Spirit and Sand King, like, that is a lot of crowd control that a soft hero like Dark Willow really doesn't want to be going up against. Is pretty immune to the Chen, though. I guess that's kind of nice. That's about all. That's about all the Dark Willow has working for her defensively. We'll have to make sure that she's just not being the one to be jumped on first. That's all there is to it. With the Hawk, it's definitely a good way to start things off. They'll have the Hawk, and they'll also have the Naga Siren. Those illusions going to be quite nice at making sure that they have a little bit more intel around the map. Song of the Siren, not currently setting up for anything of huge significance. Like, you could Song of the Siren Terrorize or Bedlam, or I guess you could do the Bramble Maze as well. It's okay. It's definitely not going to be, like, automatically game winning or anything like that. But they do have that nice little point-click disable, which up against heroes like Sand King, Earth Spirit, like these very slippery types, will be quite useful for complexity. If you are able to get her a handful of levels, then you can definitely stall out the game a lot just by sending out these mirror images everywhere and using a couple riptides on the creep waves just to keep them shoved out a little bit. You're not going to kill the creep wave, you're probably going to be under-leveled, unless this is a core Siren, which is possible, but yeah, it seems like for OpTic, they're just going to stick to their guns here. Not really like the all-out aggressive plan, going to contribute a little bit towards this late game now as the PL is picked up. And complexity don't really have all that much to deal with a Phantom Lancer. Dark Willow has a lot of AoE abilities. They're not really the right abilities for Phantom Lancer, though. Terrorize works. Terrorize works really well, but things like Cursed Crown, you just jump away with the Doppelgang, and then you just don't get stunned. So it's usually a pretty good way of dealing with it. This Phantom Lancer is looking pretty darn slippery. You just Doppelgang away from a net or something like that. You can't do anything against the Roar, but for sure, any persistent slows from the Beastmaster's pets, you could kind of ignore with the Phantom Lancer as well. So OpTic going to give a lot of attention to this PL, and I mean, they have a Chen already. As far as helping a core to succeed, Chen perhaps isn't the best hero, but he's definitely up there. Especially when you have a hero as slippery as Phantom Lancer. You just pop that send back, and then Phantom Lancer jukes for 3 seconds and whatever. With a Doppelgang, that's like most of the time they're already. So it's so easy to save Phantom Lancer should he get into precarious position, and again, you don't expect those precarious positions to be happening all that much given what complexity have as their opener. Because PL is going to be really difficult to deal with. Axes can very quickly identify the real Lancer, or at least cut through the illusions so that maybe someone else can deal the finishing blows there. But it's not really going to be the end-all as far as answering this PL. The Monkey King with the Battle Fury might be able to, though. Again, complexity are really concerned about being pushed early on. Monkey King, as far as lane matchups are concerned, currently seeing 3 melee heroes on the other end, is going to have a really miserable time at dealing with Chen creeps. Like, that's not fun for the Monkey King. But if he is able to, get a good, or maybe not good, if he is able to get a halfway decent lane matchup, Monkey King with his armor can definitely be a really, really big brick wall that OpTic just can't beat through. I mean, you're looking at a Monkey King who has Naga Siren support, so being able to set up a Bramble Maze with a Wukong's command, that is an absolute beating for everyone but the Phantom Lancer. And of course, you have the attack speed ore from Beastmaster as well. Monkey King loves that attack speed, so Monkey King for complexity will be another hero that can give and kind of abuse vision that the Beastmaster is going to provide. Again, the early game is somewhat of a concern here. OpTic, if they play their Chen properly, make sure they pressure the Monkey King, then this hero is very, very soft in the early stages. Put a couple creeps in his lane, and he really can't do anything. And a Monkey King that's not getting a lot of farm is usually going to be a sad Monkey King. Complexity will get the Shadow Fiend now banned out from them. It does still seem like they need a little bit more early game, but it just seems like as well that they are kind of picking their heroes without to counter OpTic without having any sort of discernible strategy of their own. Like map mobility, map vision, to what end? Like if they go for a tanker here, it's not going to be the best because you're up against Sand King and the Earth Spirit, but that counter push, that kind of late game style that they can lean on as kind of a goal in their late game stage, you can definitely see that doing something. Not without risk though, but it's something. They don't have a lot of time to think about this either. So what's it going to be? It's a Razor. Interesting. They are very, very concerned about being run over early. Again, like they do have some decent late game scaling, like this mixed team fight. You know, Razor with Naga Siren, that's a nice little combo right there.
10 seconds.
With only one relevant right clicker on the other end, if you're able to get that leash on the Phantom Lancer, drain out his damage. His illusions still do quite a bit, but everything else is not going to be that big of a deal. OpTic now, go for a Lina, yes! Dude, I say like all the freaking time, where the hell is Lina? I want to see more Lina. I know she's not like the best hero in the game or anything like that, but goddamn, I love me some Lina. And if you're looking at heroes like Monkey King, like Naga Siren, like Dark Willow, you can't Laguna Blade her in the Shadow Realm, but you could mess her up with everything else. And Monkey King, like, he is just such a soft hero. This OpTic side have just picked up an absolute monster in the early game. And outside of some serious rotations from the Naga Siren, I'm not really sure if this Razor can bully the Lina as much as he would really like. He will still have a decent shot at it, but the Lina's attack range is so ridiculously high that the Razor, if he does want to go in for a link, is going to be very, very clear to the Lina. So you can at least get a couple of right clicks in, like 600, it's 650 attack range, is that right? I could look it up, I'm not going to, but it's like something like 650 attack range. It's huge. And with an LSA as kind of a means to back up from that link, and the Razor can't really get that link to stay very easily. If the Naga Siren comes in, they could definitely kill off the Lina. But at the same time, if OpTic rotate in with either the Earth Spirit or a handful of Chen creeps, then Lina can very easily turn around and kill off that Razor. I'm not trying to be biased, man, but man, do I love me some Lina. Now, there are mid heroes, and there are heroes like in general that I think we're all kind of tired of. I think everyone's tired of Gyrocopter, right? He's had his time. New Morphling is kind of fun, but everyone was kind of tired of that old Morphling. I don't know if I can get tired of Lina, man. It's very satisfying to watch. Something about just blasting someone with a gigantic lightning bolt. Where the hell am I in this map? What is this? Okay, it's the bottom right of the map. Actually, no, it's not even correct. That is the bottom right outside the map. But yeah, Earth Spirit rotations with the Lina, easily able to kill off the vast majority of the heroes. Everyone's going to be loading out into their lanes as it stands right now. Zai is going to be taking a trip up towards top. We'll see where PPD is ultimately going to land with his Chen play. 33. What is this? So you only went for one Mango? Dude, you were so consistent with all your Sand King builds, and now you go for one Mango instead of two. Feels bad, man. Z-Free, Kit Track, Naga Siren, and Dark Willow aren't really like a giant combo in and of themselves. Can definitely set up for a lot from their allies. Ensnare, absolutely great with that Razor play, and is also really good with the Monkey King. Able to freely land those Jingu stacks up, and then you know, maybe not all the time will have the Jingu stacks done by the time the Ensnare time's out, but you'll at least have a lot of free damage onto the opposition with Jingu as a kind of deterrent from going for more. What the hell is this thing? Oh, what is this called? This is like a... It's like the lizard mudkip thing. I think it has a TL in its name.
The battle begins.
Like a hexawaddle or something. I don't freaking know. It's one of those lizards. Do they have it? Courier. Axolotl. I was close. I was close, guys. Jeez. Alright, looks like Moo is on a little bit of a walk here. Z-Freak is going to just be blocking the lane. I'm not really sure where Moo's going. Wants to start stacking up Ancient. CCNC is very far up the wave. Level 1 Lina is not exactly a spectacular hero, so I don't really know what that was about from Moo. But Z-Freak's going to be happily on this bottom lane, getting a couple of CS here and there, but These two heroes, regardless of who's going to be getting the farm, neither of whom are going to be doing great up against the Sand King. Picked up level 1 Caustic Finale, knowing the matchup is really going to be in his favor no matter what. So if you step up, you get punished. Now, level 1 Caustic Finale isn't really like the biggest deal in the world. It's only 90 damage, but man, it could definitely add up really quickly if you're not careful. We'll see what PPD is going to do. He's going to grab a Mud Golem. So he's going to have those boulders, maybe a couple of extra boulders, depending on where he moves and what creeps spawn. But you can see right now, not really many options for him moving forward. Dire blocked out this camp, and if PPD walks in, it'll be great for him, obviously, but he will be spotted. What's Kitrak has picked up? He's picked up nothing so far. Dude, you don't want to mess with 3 golems. The shard golems do just as much damage as the mud golem. He's gonna come in. Ooh, Zai is rolling in. Lands into Chessie, takes a tower shot for his troubles. These things do 125 damage. They all do. And then you could dominate something else, and then this splits into 2 more. It is a disgusting amount of damage, and this is going to let Pycat push all the way up the wave. Golems are still coming in. Rolls a little bit off the mark here from Chessie, but there's 1 boulder toss, there's 2, there's 3, and he's already dead just to that. I don't know, man. Like, it gets really underwhelming when you're like 30 minutes in the game and you try to do that combo, because it usually just doesn't do enough damage, but 2 minutes in the game, it just absolutely destroys. That's 300 damage worth of nuke. He could have even gotten a little bit more. They kill off Chessie in the blink of an eye, and now they're going to dive for more. Look, 2 more boulders, and another boulder from Zai. Even the Earth Spirit getting in onto the action, rolling towards Chessie. They flatten the Monkey King, and now PPD, he's picked up a Harpy as well, who has even more spam. This is why you ban out Chen, is because if he does stuff like this, you're just screwed, man. Like, you can't do anything about this. You can't play around that much burst damage. He's hiding behind his tower. He's literally in like the most defensive spot you could possibly be in this top lane, and he still just got absolutely obliterated by a triple golem. Now, of course, there are situations where those golems just don't spawn, and you can't do anything about that. It just happens sometimes. But when you do get it, oh baby, when you do get it, you are absolutely gonna dumpster everyone. And now Kitrak got a Hadouken just on the mark. He is gonna be forced into the realm of shadows purely defensively. There is another Shockwave with his name on it. I don't think it's quite gonna be enough. He's not gonna throw it. Not gonna throw it for value. That's fair. There are other lanes happening, but these other lanes are not something that compLexity is really gonna be happy to see. It's 33, who has 20 CS on top of the board right now, is going into a very favorable matchup against Moo, and there's nothing that they can really do about this. So compLexity has to leave this lane to its own devices. As 33 is going to just be obliterating the creep wave just like that. Over in the mid lane, CCNC is drawing perfectly even with Limp. Again, this base range of the Lina is going to keep her very safe against the Razor shenanigans. And we have Chessie once again being aggroed upon. Does have Jingu. Will do about nothing for him. He's trying to juke, but I mean, he's a monkey in the forest. You would think he'd be able to juke better than that, but he doesn't know how to jump on trees yet. He's like a little baby monkey who's you're gonna need to watch his parents to learn. Please, David Attenborough, save this Monkey King. Lina needs a little bit of saving as well. LSA catches onto Dark Willow, but that will be enough to kill her off. Easy combos and a hero that is very, very soft. But still, Lina with her... How much range is it? Oh, it's 670? Jeez. Ice Frog, what have you done to Lina's range? Yeah, is pretty much tied up with the Razor. Even with that death, it's not the end of the world for the Lina, unless she teleports right back in and then dies again. Although there is potential here. Aggro onto Limp as Dragon Slave is there. Roll from Zai just off the mark. We'll be backing up safely, however, as the Naga Siren is going to show her face. Not much vision in this mid lane here for OpTic. CCNC kind of being left on an island. Seemingly as per usual here from OpTic, but he's doing just fine. And almost with that Laguna cannon. You think you got lightning, Razor? You think you got lightning? Now, Lina's got some lightning. Zai's in a little bit of trouble here. Will teleport out. Looks like he will be just fine. It's a lot of damage on him, though. Up towards top lane, Chessie is maybe a little bit less than fine. Here's the Penitent slow. Pycat is right on his tail. And that stun does not last long enough. And he's just dead to the lances before the Centaur can even get into position. PPD has completely and utterly demolished this top lane. That's just Chen for you, man. That's just what Chen does. Unfortunately, he doesn't really have the gold to really, like, back that up. Which sucks. I mean, he He should have more net worth than this, considering how much he did for that lane. All the gold, though, is going to Pycat. Like, he's as happy as a Phantom Lancer could possibly be right now. And also the Sand King. We've seen 33 in almost every single one of these games have an absolutely incredible farm rate. And this one is going to be no different. Looks like I did miss an Epicenter usage. He didn't get the kill, though. My bad, guys.
Dire are scanning.
He really doesn't need to be getting kills. Obviously, he would like to, but as long as he has this caustic working for him on this bottom lane, as long as this lane is still just going to be him versus Moo, like, he's completely okay with that. CCNC has a Laguna Blade with Limp's name on it. Zai is going to be in tower range here with the minus armor, should be going down in trade. But I believe the kids call that hashtag worth. And tower on top lane is being pushed with the catapult. Pycat grabbed the last hit. He has only 1 point in Spirit Lance and he got that kill with the Lance earlier. Okay. He's gone for the full rush build up against the hero in his lane that cannot contest him. Yeah, go with the full rush build. Why the hell not? There are other lanes, but this is just not the build. But this is definitely a situation where you want to max out that passive greed. Now they caught Moo. The Cursed Crown goes off onto 33. Does have a level 4 Burrow Strike. Chain Stun is good. With the net afterwards, they also have Limp coming in. Great Dragon Slay from CCNC, but 33 was already very dead there. You can see Chessie, he is going to jump on top of Pycat and miss the Boundless Strike, and now Pycat's going to lay into him with this massive agility boost. You don't want to die solo to a Phantom Lancer, but I'm not really sure if it's possible for Chessie to escape this. Moo's going to come in, blow up all the illusions. Pycat still grabs the kill and has some Chen creeps here. He's going to dash out and then get sent back home. PPD going to send himself back home as well. Dude, Chessie he's on literal bottom of the net worth chart. Has he hit a creep? He's killed 11 creeps, but he's 0, 5, and 0. And CCNC, man, he is just pushing the aggro dial all the way to maximum on this mid lane. The thing is with Razor is that he needs a lot of help to get on top of this Lina, who at this point has phase boot, so I don't think Razor can actually really ever pressure that Lina, as they do find Z-Freak on the bottom lane. But Lina can easily pressure the Razor's life without doing anything. Just run at him, and if he decides to link you and fight, like, you just drop all your nukes on him, break the link, and back off. Or he's dead, and that's good too. Now Moo's forced to rotate around and help out. A level 7 Beastmaster can certainly do a lot, and as long as someone is in control of this bottom lane, looks like it'll be Kitrak, then that will be okay for complexity. But this is still less than ideal, to say the least, because Chen has arrived. Where are his goons? They're lagging a little bit, but oh, you got the net, you got the clap. Net not the greatest versus that Dark Willow, but for sure the clap is going to destroy her. Of course, 33 does have that Burrow Strike as well as an Epicenter at the ready. Z-Freak gonna go right in towards PPD, and they will try to lock down 33 to keep him out of this fight, but now he's gonna charge up the Epicenter onto the poor level 4 Dark Willow. What did she ever do to you, level 8 Sand King? That's just mean. Zai, in the meantime, gonna get picked off. Looks like he was trying to dive the... Well, I don't know what happened there in that mid lane. I have no freaking clue. Zai dies for some reason.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But still, it is going to be 33 finding an abundance of success here. Sent back to the base. One more Burrow Strike for the road. Oh, he actually is going to get some residual fountain regen, but stays here. And now he's going to regret that. I did not know he could do that.
You have done a great service.
Okay. He was definitely being sent back. I guess he, like, did you disjoint the send back? I mean, he probably would rather have been sent back there instead of dying. Like, I don't know, but it seems like that was probably preferable to death. Roll in. Oh, man. Give Chessie a freaking break, man. He kicks him into Pycat's range so the Phantom Rush can proc. And now Chessie's just boned. He's going to try to juke into a tree and then get up onto a tree. Not going to happen. Moo does kill off PPD elsewhere along with Kitrak. They will also grab the troll for the road. But Pycat's an absolute monster at this stage. He's 2 blades, and of course that robe towards that diffusal blade already. And Sand King, he's not too far away from having his Blink Dagger.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
3 heroes in the bottom like this for complexity is bad time, especially when no one can really challenge Pycat. Like, where the hell is Chessie supposed to get his farm? You're supposed to jungle as the Monkey King? I wouldn't be surprised if Monkey King, like, because he is a Monkey King, like, if they made him a good jungler, I wouldn't be surprised at that, but he's not really the greatest. He doesn't really have that much. At least not with these items, man. He can't do jack with these items. Once this Diffusal Blade comes up with a PL, then this lane, at least on a solo hero basis for complexity, is just dead. Like, you can't send any one hero up here. Pycat will just throw in a Spirit Lance, throw in a couple of illusions, and then, like, he won't, like, kill you if you're, like, a Razor or Beastmaster, but he'll drain your mana so that next time he'll kill you. Strike still lands through the untargeted ability, and now the epicenter onto Kittrack. A lot of Bedlam damage being returned. Kittrack still is going to get a little bit of distance here as PPD's Dota. I don't know what happened to my internet, though. Dude, it was fine the entire freaking time, and now I'm dropping frames like mad. I've never had this issue before. Oh, Jesus Christ, what is happening right now? My internet just, like, stopped working. I'll try to catch these kills so you guys can see the still images of what happened.
What have we here?
I think Roshan died. Yeah, Roshan got picked up by OpTic. Alright guys, I'm gonna say screw it. Screw all of it. I'm just gonna cast as normal. I'm not fixing it. Clearly by doing whatever I'm doing, nothing is fixing it. So I'm just gonna hope it works because I can't do anything else right now. What's happening in this game? Suddenly OpTic have a 10k lead. Big smoke up here for complexity, but Chessie is spotted thanks to this Hawk, so can't really stay that safe. Burrow Strike was dodged, though he does bounce out. Now the song. Pycat's in the front, does have the Aegis for quite a long time, so he's not really a viable target. What are they setting up for? Bramble Maze in the back, onto 3. Wukong's command as well as there, but Lena's gonna lift herself up and be fine for a little bit more, as Pycat rather is gonna go off the huge Burrow Strike onto 3, and all these illusions just swarming everybody. Oh my god, that looks so good for complexity, but they're still just 10k behind. Pycat took no damage that entire fight. They do take down the Lena. Up towards top, man, the creeps are still pushing. And the Phantom Lancer is still living. They completely ignored him because they had to. But even then, that setup is just so mediocre with that song into a Bramble Maze. Onto a hero that has Yule Scepter, that's just not going to fly. I mean, they do kill her off. They do kill off a couple there, but Pycat gets 2 sprees. Okay, there was a lot of kills while I was trying to fix the internet, I guess. Hopefully the internet is slightly less shitty right now. Yeah, this is a big snowstorm in the area, so that might be why the internet is being shit right now, guys. Again, I don't know what I could do. I restarted it a couple times. I can't do anything else. So I'm just gonna cast per normal and watch Pycat's illusions tear apart this poor fairy in the back. Just gonna get away from that net as well. The Shadow Blade's up on the Monkey King. Take quick stock of this game score-wise. I'm gonna hold this screen up for you guys to see what you missed. Got Chen working on that Aghanim Scepter. God, 33 is a Yule Scepter. Pycat's gonna go for a Heart after match style, it looks like. And CCNC, I think it's a Fresh Bloodstone. It's a pretty darn fresh Bloodstone, so it's got that going for him. On the other end, got nothing but BKB components in the Razor. Got Necro Book on the Beastmaster.
Excellent.
I might have made it worse. God damn it. Whatever, guys. Watching client. Nothing happened anyway. They just backed off. Still no racks taken. OpTic definitely playing this slow and steady route. But this farm distribution for complexity, definitely not what they want to see. Beastmaster has a lot of gold. That's great for him. But this is not really a super late game draft. And if he gets jumped, then all that gold isn't going to mean all that much now, is it? Song of the Siren does come in. The spread is not the greatest over here. The Chen and the Phantom Lancer do get caught. Here comes the Meteor Hammer with the Doppelgang out. Is going to get them safety. PPD making a run for it. Does get the Hand of God out, but it looks like he will go down. Moo in the meantime getting hit with the full epicenter. Does return back with the Roar and kills off 33. As it's Pycat struggling to get into the middle of the fight thanks to that wall of brambles, but he finally finds an angle onto Limp. The Terrorize is going to be dodged by Pycat's Doppelgang, and now he's chasing after the Monkey King. Can't quite find him. CCNC still pretty healthy in the meantime. Curse Crown does land. As Z-Freak's now on the run. Pycat is just dashing forward so quickly. Z-Freak trying to channel up that meme hammer. Not going to happen. Pycat would have dodged it anyway with that Doppelgang, it looks like. And now this top lane push is going to, looks like, commence. Pycat literal full HP without even having that heart regen. CCNC not being focused either. It's kind of a necessary evil there for complexity to take what they can get in these engagements. They can't really be too picky. Gotta pick off the viable heroes, but Pycat at this point is going to start going to town onto Limp. Does get leashed, so he does lose quite a bit of damage, but still his illusions do mana burn, and they do hit pretty hard as well. CCNC took down the tower, and Chessie is going to return. Kittrack as well will be able to fend this off. Couple more seconds though. Phantom Lancer will have that heart fully completed.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
Once he has that, the siege will just be never ending. Plus those illusions, like they're kind of being cleaned up here by Plasma Field and Wild Axes and stuff like that, but now that they have 3,000 HP, not really sure if that's viable. Oh, they'll also have the Aegis support, so you can't even kill a Phantom Lancer and expect the illusion to stop because he'll just have more lives. He's gonna swoop right in, almost has his Aghanim Scepter as well. And Roshan with the Penitence on him. Repent your sins, Roshan. First strike also in the backland for the Limp. The Bramble Maze is going to keep everyone from going in, and now the song. Maybe looking for this clump right here as the Meme Hammer is going to drop with Wukong's command coming in as well as Terrorize. No, but gets Burrow struck up, so they can't get a Terrorize out. Kittrack is going to get put into the dumpster. And now Pycat is going to go up against the world, and that's exactly how he likes it. He'll lose the back by the Sand King, but still, he's running around uncontested. Limp gets lifted up as CCNC will throw out an LSA for reasons. Doesn't matter, man. Limp is still dead. Everyone on OG going to be buying back as Pycat still has all the help in the world. They clean up the illusions over in the mid lane. Now going for the rest of this mid lane, it looks like, or maybe even sliding up towards top. Again, that fight is reasonable for complexity. Super clustered. That fight took 4 kills down. They only lost 2. Gigantic gold swing, but it all just doesn't matter because they can't get on top of Pycat and actually kill him off. This PL is looking unstoppable, and now they are knocking on the front door. Rax mid lane will fall in its entirety, it looks like. Probably top lane as well. Now, this is a pretty big opening for complexity in the fact that OpTic just used all their buyback. So if they're able to somehow make a miracle happen off of having no Song of the Siren, good luck. Then, you know, they'll have a lot of time, but they don't have to worry about any heroes on the map. But Pycat is just unkillable. They're going to take out the top Rax, now slide bottom. Pycat is going to match style that crown off of himself. Zai is dying somewhere. I'm not really sure where. It doesn't really matter because this is what's important. Chessie does have the Jingu stacks. He's looking to go in. The roar goes off onto CCNC. Does have the cheese with the Hand of God. Yule Scepter will dodge the hammer, and he will be able to get the cheese off at his leisure. It looks like CCNC will survive for a little while longer to at least deploy that Laguna Blade. He's still alive, in fact, and no one's focusing on Pycat. Gets sent back to the base. Perfect play from the Lina and the Chen. As Pycat now kind of running dry on mana, has no more doppelgangs, or very few doppelgangs, has probably got to back off for a little while. They are going to buy back on Zai, looking to rejoin the fight, looking to end this game right now. As complexity, they do have another song. Maybe they can make something happen with that, but I'm not sure how that's going to end up killing off this Phantom Lancer, who's in the front. They're just going to walk right past him. Bramble Maze. Here comes the rock onto the Chen. It's going to be a little bit off, actually. They also fail to insta-give the Sand King. They will drive CCNC out, but Pycat's in the background, going straight onto Limp. He's doing a lot of damage on his main Lancer, though, so it's only his illusions doing the damage. It's not what Pycat really wants right now. He kind of just wants to die and get more mana, honestly. Cursed Crown's going to keep him at bay. They've only taken down the Chen so far. And now Pycat's going to dash forward for a little bit more damage onto Limp. He's not really hitting for, well, anything, but Lina is straight onto Z-Freak. The right-click damage is real with the Laguna Blade, and they will probably be able to kill off this Nagas Iron. Yes, with the Burrow Strike, they will be able to do so. Chessie trying desperately to kill off this Lina, but 45 HP. She slips out of the base and out to freedom. Buybacks drop for complexity, but still they're struggling to kill off Pycat. Terrorize, gonna hit only onto the Sand King. Roar's there as well. Trying to focus down to 33, and it looks like he will be going down, but Pycat again onto Limp. He's just unstoppable. A kick from distance, not quite gonna land, but the Bramble Maze will keep him in place right now as they focus instead onto Zai. And, well, complexity is starting to lose, OpTic rather, starting to lose quite a few heroes, but not Pycat. Still standing strong. Right now, he does still have this Aegis, so he's gonna fight to the death. And now he's gonna come back with a lot of resources. Manta Style split, Doppelgang out. He's going to just sit there and fight. No, run on to the other side. Manta Style can get rid of this crown stun, so he should be fine versus that. But now the Bedlam's coming in, doing quite a bit of damage. Another Doppelgang available to get rid of that net, and still on the run. Still is gonna try to loop back around, but gets hit with the ensnare and will be finally brought down. It only took them like 20 freaking years. And hey, look, my internet is back, guys. I don't know what happened, but everything's smooth again. Literally, internet is back. They do take down 2 Rax, but You can see OpTic desperate to make that fight happen. Spend all their buybacks to do so, with the exception of the Phantom Lancer, who just now goes down. PPD is going to return. Does have a dragon. Looks like that's probably it right now. In the bottom lane, oh, Chessie. Forced to BKB to not just get assassinated by CCNC. Level 22 Lina at this stage has so much right-click damage. Without even having many right-click items. Really, it's just the Shadow Blade, and even then, it's not really a huge damage item. compLexity do fend off this push. That is partially because OpTic, I feel like unnecessarily, try to go in, like all in, without needing to do so. But you know what, 20 seconds left for the Phantom Lancer to come back up. I don't know what compLexity can do in those 20 seconds. They have gotten a little bit of gold off of the end of that fight, and well, a lot of experience. That's impressive. But find Zai with the roar. And here comes the Bedlam, doing a lot of damage to this Earth Spirit. He's down for 50. Easy snipes here for compLexity. It's only onto an Earth Spirit, but again, beggars can't be choosers. Use that roar, use the Bedlam, both with very low cooldowns to get kills every single time. It does represent some way of them getting back into the space.
Dire's top shrine is under
getting back
attack.
into the game, rather. Out of their base. Pycat got that heart, doing some pretty solid work for him so far. I have Scotty next. A little bit of extra bulk,
has fallen.
a little extra mixed damage there. Yeah, I feel like he could definitely get away with going for something a little bit more heavy in the damage department. Seems like that's the only thing that he's kind of lacking right now. You replace the Ring of Aquila with that Eye of Scotty, and then Butterfly. Oh, okay, he's gonna go for Butterfly instead. I like that a little bit more. Again, a little bit more just outright punching power on this Phantom Lancer. That actually translates to illusions rather well. Plus he has 2 slots left with the third maybe Diffusal Blade. You want to kind of swap that out. He still has quite a few item slots to fill at this stage. He's got that Quarterstaff, and he's almost at that full Butterfly. Thank you guys for bearing with the internet shenanigans. I'm not sure what happened there. I honestly have no clue. But seems like we are back for real, though. Hopefully no one's going to knock any internet power lines. Gotta make sure you don't do that while you're plowing snow out there, guys. 13k is the lead here for OpTic. If CCNC can get enough gold to get the Shiva's Guard, that could be another huge asset for them. Just a lot of flat armor onto this Lina. Physical resistance, essentially, for the team, lowering the attack speed of everyone. Really, really bad for the Monkey King. Pretty darn bad for the Beastmaster and his goons as well. Look at this one illusion just go off. And wow, he shocked it into reality. Dude, that is some glitch. They got rid of the illusion. This gets rid of the illusion effect? I did not know that. And I mean, the illusion visual effect. Apparently that works. Last time, what does she have? Blink Dagger, Meteor Hammer. Most importantly, however, she has the level 3 song. So unless we have another absolute cluster F of a fight, she will be able to start the fight off pretty reliably by sniping one person. If PPD is able to find that that Golem Ancient, this guy, get that, what is it called, Granite Aura, 15% health, can definitely do a lot of work to try to avoid that, or at least kind of waste some extra time while that's happening. Right now, he's just not really working with anything super powerful. Extra armor is certainly nice. +3. Here comes the Song in the Blink. The clustering of OpTic isn't really that great, so they're gonna go for, looks like both of them, but off in the back. Oh, they lose the Dark Willow. The Sand King dodges the Meteor Hammer. PPD is able to get all of the spells off. He might even survive this. And it's Pycat and CCNC coming in from the back and just cleaning house. They're still trying to focus down to the Chen. They'll finally bring him down, but this Phantom Lancer, he's right on top of Chessie. He's gonna put the Monkey King in a dumpster and now look for more. CCNC also rather healthy. He's gonna chase forward to the north. His limp is gonna get glimmered out, but it looks like that's gonna fade. They do catch the Lina with that Cursed Crown, but CCNC should be fine. Mule Scepter will get rid of that stun effect. And they also, well, we'll just back off. That's only a 2 kills, actually. They got the Dark Willow, forced to buyback. For OpTic, they lose 3. But man, I mean, I'm not sure if this is quite good enough for compLexity. Like, they are still very, very close to just outright losing the game. Phantom Lancer's picked up the Butterfly. He's also right around the corner from having that crit talent. And now Pycat is going to get leashed up. Flutter is going to get him very quickly away. But once you get that crit talent, man, then it's like you have 2 really big, or I guess 3 really big damage items on PL. You are going to be freaking unstoppable. Against your illusions, you're going to start dumping some serious damage in. This is only with Pycat and CCNC. Send in a handful of illusions, killing off this range rack. Some unhealable damage for all you guys out there who know what I'm talking about. Off in the back line, we're off onto the Lina. Bedlam coming in as well. Yule Scepter will save her for a couple of seconds, but Pycat, he's rooted down, so he's not doing any damage in the meantime. CCNC does ditch a couple spells before he goes down, and Zai's going to arrive, but Terrorize is going to be there. And wow, what? That works? What? You Phantom Rush away from the Terrorize? I'm just learning new stuff all day today. Okay, well that works like that apparently. Still they do kill off the Lina. She is going to immediately come back because of that Bloodstone. Limp's getting a lot of damage, but he's not stealing it away from the real Lancer. He's stealing it away from a random illusion. Trying to go for the Lina one more time. Meteor Hammer will not work up against this Yule Scepter. Actually, it will work this time. Oddly enough, CCNC though into the Shadow Blade will be fine. As now Z-Freak's gonna get clipped by that LSA. Burrow Strike follow-up is there with the right clicks from the Lina. Z-Freak is astoundingly tanky, but Pycat's in the background, tearing apart the buildings. Doppelgang gonna create another gigantic army that will kill off the Naga Siren as the Epicenter comes in as well. Onto Chessie, who's trying to snipe CCNC for all it's worth. They're going for Limp in the background as well. GG is called. Monkey King's gonna be obliterated by CCNC at the end of the day. And that is going to be that. It's going to be GG for OpTic, taking the series 2-1 up against compLexity. What's wrong with the stream, guys? The stream's fine. What the hell are you smoking? Ugh, God, this was such a... What happened in that last game? I'm so sorry, guys, for that internet problem. But, I mean, we saw the beginning. We saw the end. Right? Like, you guys saw how great that start was for Pycat. CCNC had a pretty decent start as well. We saw how much aggressive power PPD was putting out as that Chen. It's really, really that below average? I don't know, man. He pretty much locked up this game by giving Pycat such a huge start. Was level 25 by the end of it, but I mean, it's just such a huge start coming out of that laning phase for this PL. There's not much you can do about that for compLexity. Again, guys, you have my sincerest apologies for that internet drop in the middle of the game. I have no idea what happened. I'm just going to hope that it doesn't happen again. I'm pretty sure it has something to do with the weather outside, because it's like snowing, or it was snowing before, and I guess they're shoveling or plowing or something. But at this point, OpTic, spoiler alert, OpTic along with VGJ Storm are going to be taking the first seed from Group A and Group B. So they'll just be waiting really late in the playoffs. Everyone still has more games to be played, but OpTic and VGJ Storm, they're done for this phase of MDL, and we're done for the day. Guys, hope you enjoyed the games. Hope you enjoyed the casting. Again, you have my sincerest apologies for those internet issues in the middle there. But if you guys did enjoy it, be sure to follow MDL for the rest of the NA qualifiers. The rest of the regions qualifiers are still being worked out. I think only one of them has been completed so far. That's EU, so we still got a lot of MDL left. I'll see you guys next time. GG.